Well, good morning. We're heading out on another Southeast Alaska adventure here. And we're gonna go up and drop some Dungeness crab pots, stay in a Forest Service cabin. So it's gonna be quite an adventure. And one of the things we do in the winter is definitely shrimp and crab. Not a lot of salmon in this time of year other than winter kings. So we're gonna do that and have a great morning. It's beautiful out. A little chilly, but that's the way it is up here. So come along with us. All right, we want to introduce our captain for this trip. It's Mark Donner. He's the maintenance engineer at Saltery at Naha. Yep, it's
off the grid, home, and own power, make our own water, everything. Just got to keep the lights on.
Yep, good friend. So he's volunteered to take us out in his nice vessel, and got a heater in it, so we're doing good, and we're going to drop some crab pots today.
Picked a beautiful day to do it. You have carcasses from cleaning your salmon from last year, or this year, whatever it is. Save that and you get a lot of usage out of it. And here we use these shrimp and crab pellets that I get from that.
One interesting side note is Mark has been a commercial crabber, worked on a couple of boats up in the Bering Sea and all over the Aleutians, so he knows what he's talking about.
Much calmer here, much calmer. Yeah. So there's about the amount you want to put in there. So the water can pump this stuff and get the scent out. You fill it full, they don't fish as well. So that's where you want to be at. And then the secret sauce.
Oh, we don't show them the secret sauce.
We're gonna cut right here and look at the scenery while he puts the secret sauce on. It's one of the more beautiful days in the winter up here, so we're happy to be out.
If it was my idea, folks, I would show it to you, but this is somebody who showed it to me. And you don't go showing their secrets, you lose their trust and they never help you again. So, sorry we can't show you.
But you can put guesses down in the comments.
Like that.
So you want to make sure you keep your bait as central in the pot as you can, because if they can reach from the outside, they'll get it from there and then they won't go inside your trap. Well, there we go. That one's good. Okay. We'll find a spot.
So we headed up to the north end of Revillagigedo Island, which houses Ketchikan. So Ketchikan is about that big and the island is about that big. So we're at the very north end. One side of the channel is the mainland that goes back into Canada, and we'll go up to the Unique River today, which comes out of Canada. And then on the other side of the channel is Revillagigedo. And so we're just up north. It's about an hour and a half run from Knudson Cove Marina. We're gonna go down the back side of the island, as the locals call it, and that is where the Misty Fjords are, beautiful national park. And we'll be at the very north end of that park today. So that's where we're at. It's beautiful. Can't beat a day like this in the winter in Southeast Alaska.
See these rivers, how they're coming out? The crab that's where they congregate. So especially when the fish are running and the carcasses are running out after spawning, the crab will sit there. It's a free meal for them. They don't have to work that hard for it. This is not the time of year because there's not fish spawning. That's kind of what you're looking for to set. Well, I got a depth sounder right here. I'm watching it and I'm looking for the certain depth. Now, right there we go. Now we're gonna let it go. So when you're throwing your pots off the side, you got a big chunk of line down there. So I'll usually make sure they're on my starboard side, and when they set the pot, I'll start turning and get my motors away from the line so you don't get it caught in your prop, then you're stranded out here, or you're diving down and cutting line on your wheel, and it's not a fun thing to do. So learned that the hard way and remembered it. We'll rig up another pot. And it's gonna come up real fast now. If you look down and see rocks, we're too shallow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
It's a nice little hole right here.
Yeah. Yeah, neat little lagoon right here. What Matt was pointing out, we're setting at a lower tide, so if you set to the max right now, your line, the tide will come up and bounce your pot. It could bounce it out that way. It could and lose your pot. But if pots bounce around, they tend not to fish as well. We're heading up Beam Canal, heading north. We're gonna go around Beam Canal, start heading south, and then around there is a little bay called Fitzgibbons. We're gonna swing in there, never been there before, and we're prospecting, see what we got there. And if we don't do good, I'm not gonna tell you guys. Just about there. There's a nice hole right there I'm heading to. It's gonna be perfect.
We're ready.
Boy, I hope we just slay these things.
Me too.
So cool. See this big? That's all
wow,
dumping into there, man.
Back there you can't see.
Yeah. I like this. I've got this big river dumping in here, and it's dumping a lot of feed down. And you got big, nice shallows where it can stack up. It seems like a perfect place for a crab to lay.
We're going to start at 90 feet and move on out towards 150 feet deep. And then we're going to let these soak overnight and come back and check them tomorrow. Let all that scent get out there. So here we go.
Basically just trying to carpet bomb this place. Trying to start shallow, deep, try to mouth, move out to the edges, and just got 4 pots. Just try to take advantage of every little spot you see and try to learn it.
This is cool. I'd say we drop the pots, kill the motor, and just hang out for a while. These are perfect areas, Zach, to come in and see bears at low tide. They'll be out on these big areas like this.
This looks like the perfect bear spot right here.
That'd be cool.
That big one we saw in Port Stewart, though, looked like, I'm not kidding you, a Volkswagen Bug. We're back at the outlet of Chickaman River, where we set our crab pots yesterday. It's been about 18 hours. We're gonna pull all 4 pots. Mark is working hard to get everything cleaned up on the back deck, and we'll be out there in just a minute and see what we got.
We could see right away these are all undersized crab.
Wow. Small ones just go away. You can pretty much tell you look for 6.5 inch backs.
Yeah. So what we're looking for is it's a male. This tail here, they're very sensitive on, but it's a lot more narrow than the females. And you're looking for 6.5 inches inside the point to inside the point. And this is way too short. I think you threw one out that was good.
I wouldn't do that.
You did. It's got to be right there.
These are some good looking crabs, but just under the mark.
Not really aggressive either. Really calm.
About a 1/4 inch, but it's not big enough. Mat Zero crabs about 40. Still a beautiful day. Show a little thing on that. So we got a Tanner crab here. Woo! It has long pinchers. Looks like a female, a little broader tail on it. And that's a Dungeness. You see the claws are a little bigger, legs are a little thicker. Only a few more pots to check. We're crossing our fingers. Hopefully we'll have some nice keepers.
All right, well, can't get them every time. Not good. But this is what fishing's all about. You got to prospect it out. Remember your dates you're here, and like Matt said, the commercial guys were just in here 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and that explains why they're just all undersized over another pot. It's all good. I'd rather be here catching nothing out in this area than anywhere else.
Yep, keeper.
Finally got one.
We're getting a few crab. The sun's out, a little breezy, but beautiful day.
Let's pull up on it. Matt's gonna grab it. And I'm gonna start backing out of that cove so we get blown up on the beach. Because we have no wiggle room here.
Going straight down.
He's got it in the block. Another day, fun-filled adventures. These about 3 cowboys come back from my horse. Some of you guys lose this? I'm like, yeah, it's me.
15 minutes in extra salty water. Like this, flip on the light and look up, and Andy's like looking right at him like that, and I'm like, it was horrible, like out of control. My body was moving in ways.
I needed to have a heart attack.
It's like, Lord, take me, take me.
We should have set a GoPro up there.
It had like a knife in it.
I want that cabinet. And if you're lucky, you get it.
More of a vinegar, apple cider, dill, all kinds of other stuff in there. So dig in, don't be shy.
Is that what that gin taste is?
I was just bored. There we go. The horse went, and I still was in the gate. That thing just bolted out of there.
What was that? I didn't even touch that horse. That thing opened in her hand.
Lightning.
Probably tomorrow is cold. Put it in the fridge and it'll be a little saltier.
That was funny. This little hand thing come up and
So this is what it's all about. Going out, getting good seafood, freshest you'll ever taste, and eating it with good friends. And Kevin.
Right here, right here.
Yeah. You ruined crab for me now. Any other place than Alaska.
Yeah. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is going to help us make more episodes up here, and we want you to be part of our journey as we're going out and creating all these videos up here in the Alaskan waters.